video on rapid prototyping of parts, uh, specifically drawing some stuff up in Fusion and then outputting those parts to a plasma cutter and then also to a 3D printer um, in relation to my tractor build. This specific example is from uh, a YouTube friend who is also building an articulating tractor, and he has to put hydraulic brakes on his. And so he mentioned that, oh, he's designed this adapter, and that if anybody wanted to utilize those same brakes on their Cub Cadet, that he'd send them along this template, and then they could copy that and throw the brakes on their tractors. And I was like, well, if you drew that up in Fusion, and you could easily reproduce that on a plasma cutter, or send them a drawing specifically, and they could go get it cut, or they could print that drawing out on a piece of paper, and then they could glue that onto a piece of metal and cut it. And anyways, it's a very quick way to reproduce parts and to get them in the computer and whatever. So anyways, I was going to show how I do this pretty quick. I tried to do this video before, but unfortunately the scaling was all wrong and it didn't come out good. So as everywhere my mouse was, it wasn't actually at that location on the screen. So I had to scrap that and start over. So I don't have my all my steps. So I'm just going to show you an example really quick. So what you want to do is you want to start with a blank screen, and then you start with a canvas, and you'll insert this from your computer. And so you take a JPEG and you'll put it on your screen, and then you want to come over here. You want to choose, make sure that it's selectable. This default is not selectable. And so you'll put that on the screen, then you're going to scale it. So you're going to, because this is obviously not the right size, it's just doesn't know what size it is, just kind of brings it in a random size. So you're going to calibrate that, and so you're going to choose two known spots. So on this one, for example, you will take it the center diameter of those, and you know the exact spacing is 3.5 inches, and then so that instantly brings it up to a bigger part. And then you just go around the object. You create a sketch on this surface, and so you're gonna, for example, you'll create an arc. You select this point right here, and then you choose another point. You choose your arc radius, and you just kind of keep producing these segments to where they look right. I mean, some of these, it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, some of these other spots, like I say, you want to do a line down here, a line from here to here. Whoops, it's doing an arc still. And do a line. And we'll do a circle. So you can choose the quick ones up here. Or you can do, like, you want to do center diameter. And so I'll choose the center of it. Or so this one, you don't want to do, you want to do a 3 points. So you choose 3 points on the circle. And then you get the third one. And that gets you a pretty good center point on it. And so you just go around the whole thing, and then when you're done, you can take that off and you can see your shape that you did. So I'm just going to go back over to this one here, which I've already done all the work on. So I'll show my body on here. Bodies. And you can see you take the canvas out from underneath, you can see that it's a pretty good comparison of the two. One thing I did do on this one was I did a bunch of fillets on some of the sharp edges, just to really, you can see that down here from like here, you can see the sharp edge, sharp edge, sharp edge, and some of these over here. So I just went through and filleted a bunch of edges. That really smooths it out a little bit. And then you can send this along. So we'll get rid of this background. So there's your part. You draw your two-dimensional sketch of it, and then you extrude it to a thickness. Actually, I didn't show you that. So, for example, I take this one here, finish the sketch, put these two here, and let's do this. Here, you're gonna make it whatever size you want. That's 3 inches. So you can just create. So this, you create your thickness what I want. So this one, for example, I just made like a 3/8 of an inch plate or whatever. So then I just exported this as a archive file and sent that to my friend, and then he plasma cut it. You can also do, say you wanted this in a plastic part, you can go to, you could just create a make, select that, and you can send that to your, as an STL file to a 3D printer or whatever. So I do a lot of parts with plastic as well, and I'll show that later on as how I made a part for my tractor out of both plasma cut steel and plastic. This part came out really good considering how fast it went. Still needs some finishing up. We didn't actually set the settings exactly for 1/4 inch aluminum. It was just set for 1/8 inch steel, but aluminum cuts easier in steel, so we went with it. But good enough just to show the process. Little Yuki dog. So then we just take it off the plasma cutter and come back home and use it, or in this case, you just drop it in the mail and send it out. In this case, we're going to send this one back to Bill and see if it lines up with what he had down there. So here's an example of another 3D design or modeled part. So I print on a 3D printer. So this is the resin printer. It comes out really nice prints. So I had to have some sort of a adapter to make an air filter, and so I created this. It has a recess inside. Then when I finally make this permanently, I'll just put a little silicone in there, seal that in there. So it's got the 2 mounting holes on it, and I have this plastic insert to hold the strength of the screw. And then during the same model as a separate component, I made this steel plate, which I had plasma cut. So because it came off the exact same drawing, I mean, it's an exact match. All the holes line up, everything lines up perfectly well. And so this goes on here. And it's been out in the garage for a while with no protection against dirt and grime and dust. Obviously can't run it without a filter. So obviously we'll paint this up and get it pretty to match the engine when it's all done. So it just takes the air filter, it goes on there, and then it has a standard air filter cover. This came off one of the original engines for the case, or the Kohlers, whatever you want to call it. So now I've got a air filter. I already designed that, modeled that up in Fusion, and I don't know, maybe an hour or something, and then print it out. It took like an hour and 45 minutes or something to print it, and then plasma cut in the steel. But it's all super easy to make, and it's practical purpose for some of these. It'd be hard to make a nice finished part afterwards otherwise. So yeah, utilizing CAD and 3D modeling is really beneficial for some of these projects where you can accurately produce parts that look a lot more professional than just cutting and grinding, and take good measurements and the parts fit real good. Thanks for watching.